going on, guys? Back at her, working on the T. So where I left it, I had finished off kind of the back part of the chop. So tonight, should be able to get a fair bit done. We're kind of confined at home. So I kind of took it apart. The front kind of post, it's all ugly welded in. I took the little moldings off so you can kind of see what really changes the look of it. So that's all it is. There's literally just a screw in each of those. So I'll probably end up welding those together and making them fit somehow. But once you take that off, it changes the gap. There's hardly anything on the side there, so I'll just put a little slit, fold it over. Same with the front, there's almost nothing. And then on the inside, it's got a kind of a fairly big one. But again, I'll just kind of do my thing, fold one out, fold one in, and clean that up. Then that'll all be hidden by that garnish molding. And then here, there actually still is a couple of moldings, but it's got a kind of a fair ways to go. I know a lot of you guys were mentioning about, I guess, the windows and stuff like that. So the back, there is no track or anything. The glass is just, I guess, glued in or whatever. So that's where this line becomes important, which it matches, so I should be good. Because there was just, I don't know what it was, some sort of glue or rubber that held it in. And I'll probably just put plexiglass in there. So that's that. Same with the back window and obviously the other side window. Oh, that one actually has some trim on it. And then the fronts, I guess there's some sort of track in there. Probably hard to see, but it's pretty wide. I mean, it's about that wide. So ultimately, and it looks like the glass must run against this inside piece. So once that matches, I should be golden. So really, I'm not too worried about it. Then I got to figure either a crank or I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But that's a problem for future Dan. For right now, I'm going to start jamming on that. So I'll probably, like I said, do this one a little bit of back and forth, kind of showing you what I'm doing. And then the other side, I'll probably just set the camera up and jam through it and put it in fast forward so you guys can see it in about 10 minutes instead of however long I'm out here for. And then the other thing I was thinking about doing, a visor. I'm thinking just a piece of sheet metal that's louvered. So leave a comment if that's what you think I should do. I may have already done it by now, but we'll see. I think that'd be the way to go. We'll get you all set up on the tripod and we'll start buzzing this sucker together. Alright, so the front's all kind of done-ish. What I've kind of learned is doing the cuts a little longer than you might want. It's a little bit more welding, but it gives it a much nicer kind of roll over. It doesn't have a little hump. I did that on that, whatever that is, the B-pillar, I guess. I didn't cut deep enough, and it's got a bit of a hump, so I'll have to kind of put a cut in it and knock it with the hammer. But that's that. It's going pretty good. The door next, so same thing. I'll slice up. It's a bit of a pain because you got to go through the metal here and then into the structure of the door because it's all kind of joined together. But the front's got a half inch to go. The back doesn't have nearly as much, so zip it, grind it, weld it. That's it. I've been spraying the door locks or the latches down with some penetrating oil, so hopefully those will start working again because that'd be pretty slick. Yeah, should be able to knock this side out here for sure for dinner and then start jamming on the other side. Unfortunately, the time-lapse GoPro died. I wasn't paying attention to it, so I welded and grinded it, so I don't know where it kicked out. And I shut the door, and it actually worked. Look at this. Can you believe that? Well, it worked once. So it needs a little bit of love, but for having this thing something that was yard heart, bent, twisted, chopped, re-chopped, thrown around, the door still works, and I mean, yeah, better than I got my new Ford truck. So there we go. I gotta go do a little bit more kind of around here, just kind of run one more bead of weld just to make it a little more happy, and a few little spots in there. But overall, pretty darn good. I'm pretty happy with it. The front, same thing. I got a bunch of zipping and cutting and whatnot to do, and then I gotta just kind of fill in where the top hinge was. I decided to ixnay that. I was fighting if I wanted it or not, but really I don't think I need it, and it looks a little busy. So yeah, that's going pretty good. I'm at the mercy of my, like I said, my GoPro's dead, and these batteries, I only got 2, and they're kind of going dead faster than I can do anything. So I might, with this last battery, just kind of go around here and clean up the back of the roof, because I can just kind of buzz that in real quick, and then I can start working on the front while the batteries all kind of charge up, because it's a lot of cutting, grinding, kind of bunch of stuff all at once, and I gotta cut that off. But yeah, making a fair bit of progress. This thing should be kind of together tonight. I hope I didn't jinx myself there, but work a little bit more, go for some supper, and be back at it for the rest of the night. Check her out. So we're all good. I'm pretty stoked on it. The door opens and closes. Well, the gaps are, I guess what they're gonna be. They're gappy. But I'm gonna go take a break, have some supper, and I'll come back out and tackle the other side. And hopefully it'll go a little easier. I should be able to buzz the back end a bunch easier, because I didn't have to do a little trimming like here. So I should just be able to zip around there, take those garnish moldings off. I should probably blast those with a little bit of lube right now, and then yeah, buzz through it. All right, I'll be back in a little bit. All right, back to it. So welding, just gonna hit this real quick with the grinder. This side didn't fit the greatest, so I'm gonna have to kind of pop this one weld. It's got a bit of a funny spot there where the roof's kind of caved in, or the top half I should say, so I might just pull that out, maybe clamp those together and kind of weld that around. I have the door welded shut on this side. Cut that, get it open, see if maybe I can get this door handle working. I have been spraying it down and it feels like it's moving. Otherwise, a lot of the same as before, so I'll probably just set the camera up on go, start cutting and welding, maybe come back once or twice if I see anything out of the ordinary. Okay, so the back's done-ish, done enough, and I did the back window. So again, I mean, I just kind of zip top and bottom. The bottom, I run 2 zip cuts down at an angle, so I can fold them together, and then the top you just do one, and then I literally just jam a screwdriver in there and twist until it's kind of happy. So this is where I've been kind of going, so I just put a shoddy tack weld right there. Same with the front. This pillar's a bit of a pain because it's all boxed inside and stuff, but whatever, made that happen. So I'm happy with that the whole way around. Now these big gaps, I don't know, I guess you could cut little strips of wire or sheet metal and stuff. I just take a piece of TIG wire and kind of jam it in there and be done with it. So I'll do that on the 2 top ones. The bottom ones, there's enough material you can just kind of stitch it together because it's just a zip disc width. So I'll get that buzzed in real quick, grind it down. I'm working so fast, faster my batteries can charge. Might have to get the old plugged-in grinder. So yeah, keep going, same thing. Get the front done, and getting a fair bit done today. Alright, so close enough. I mean, again, I just wanted to make sure that this little lip lined up, which I'm happy with, and it's got a nice little slope to it. Still needs more grinding, but get to that later on because it just kills the battery when you're going perfect on it. So I'm happy with that. Now I just have this kind of tack weld in so I can burn in all there, and then across the back side. And I mean, this doesn't have to be that pretty, and it's dead flat, so it's quite a bit easier to get going on that. So we'll get that done, and then just the front post and the door. So yeah, should be done right away. I figure I'd just kind of show you this. So I keep grinding it all down so it's kind of done, but this is the butchery it looks like. So I mean, just, you know, stitch it together. Same thing on the inside. I'm not overly concerned. I hardly even ground it down for clean metal, but nothing could bite. So again, this you'll see, but around the back, I mean, there's going to be some sort of trim piece. Maybe. It's supposed to be anyways. So that's that. So while the batteries are charging, I did that. Now I can get up here. I'm going to start doing this post that'll fit the door to the car. So this one should be good. This actually went really easy on the other side. The door was time consuming, but again, it's because this double wall junk trying to cut through that and make it all fit was tricky. But yeah, back to cutting. Alright, just kind of show you guys the front. So obviously it's got the chop across, and then down and then up. Pretty simple. And then same thing, I just zipped it right down here. This is a double blade cut, that was a single. And then I just kind of bashed down with the hammer, and then I just kind of use the pry bar to force it out and do its thing. I mean, that's that. In here, just giving, you know, quick little weld. That's again gonna have a little garnish molding on there. Once you clean that up, it'll be pretty good. I mean, you can see it's somewhat straight. It's kind of cool. It's got like, it starts at the bottom and it curves its way up, and it actually does fold back kind of right in this little area. So yeah, it looks pretty good. So hopefully I got enough battery juice I can re-chop the door. Well, not re-chop it, but fit it a little nicer. This one actually seems to be quite a bit closer than the other one. I don't know. Maybe it's because of where it was cut. Yeah. This thing was cut kind of weird. I know Brent, when we did it, he said he wouldn't have done the doors the way it was done, but it is how it is. So I'm just going to kind of clean this up a little bit, smash it together with a clamp or a hammer, booger it together, and call her a night. Lots of progress. So, I finished off this side, ground it down nice. The door actually closes, both doors open and close.
Closes. No, don't do it again.
It opens, closes. Worked out pretty good. Needs a little bit of adjusting maybe, but okay. So I got a little bit more grinding to do on the inside, but I'm gonna call it for tonight. I've had enough of this thing. It's been like 6 or 7 hours of cutting, welding, and grinding. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Just make it shambles. Like, share, subscribe. I'm ready to go.
It needs a minute.
How do I?
Ma'am?
Wow, I feel like a princess. The Princess of Rust.
Your tetanus.
I don't have my tetanus yet. We talked about this last week.